Nicolas Clayton brings something to this class that the Wisconsin Badgers absolutely need. He jumps on the show today. Let's talk about it, Locked On Badgers.
You are Locked On Badgers, your daily podcast on the Wisconsin Badgers. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
What is going on, Badger fans? Welcome to Locked On Badgers, your team every single day. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I'm your host, Ryan Harris, part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Today's episode brought to you by FanDuel. New customers can place a $5 bet. You can start with $150 in bonus bets if you win your first $5 bet over at FanDuel.com to get started. And let's just jump in, man. When we get great guests, we do not waste any time. We got Nicolas Clayton jumping on the show, 4-star edge rusher coming out of Gainesville, Florida, 6'5", 220. That's what I've heard. Is that about where you're at, Nicolas?
Yes, sir. That's where I'm at.
So I want to start with your game. Let's scout the game a little bit. We get a bunch we want to get into today. We have the journey to Wisconsin, some rapid-fire questions. But how would you describe your game?
I would say I'm getting off the edge really fast. I'm really explosive off the line, and a lot of people say I'm really twitchy. That's like really big parts about my my game style and game play. So those are pretty big parts about me.
When did that click for you? When did you first realize, man, football could be my journey?
It's always been since I would say elementary. I mean, I started off as a running back. I'm not gonna lie. I never thought I would have ended up as a defensive line until my older brother named Matt. He went into high school playing the same position I play right now, which is defensive end. And me and him are just alike. I mean, we have the fast twitchiness, and ever since just watching him play, I just always wanted to be just like that.
So be truthful, man. Who's a better pass rusher, you or Matt? You or your brother?
I mean, it's right there, but I would say definitely Matt. I mean, he has the college experience, so I would definitely say Matt.
Let me ask you this. What do you think and we're going to put some film up here in a second, and I'm excited to kind of show some of what you can do. But what do you think your coaches would say about you?
They would say a lot of things, like I'm a captain on the field. I'm always expressing my feelings, my emotions during the game, just making sure everybody's head's locked in and just stuff like that. I'm always making plays around the field. I mean, just small things like that.
What about your teammates? Like, what do you think your teammates would say about you? What are you like in the locker room?
I mean, they love me. They love being around me, especially just my group as the D-line. I'm pretty much the leader of my D-line. So just being around those guys, hanging around them, the entire team from offense to defense to special teams, like they all love being around me. They love that I'm their teammate and just love being around me.
One of the things you always hear is your best players need to be some of your hardest workers, need to be some of your biggest leaders. You already kind of mentioned the leadership aspect. Where have you maybe grown in that, and how do you demonstrate that? Like, how do you show that leadership off season, during the game, et cetera?
So I'll first start off just like junior year, just having a lot of good teammates around me. I don't know if you know who Miles Graham is. He was a 5-star Florida linebacker.
Oh yeah,
he was on my team last year. Just watching him, being around him, just like kind of him being my mentor, just kind of being around him and just watching how he does his things, just kind of just persuaded me to start being like that. So later in my junior year, we got around the Final Four, and I started being more like a leader, started getting everybody's head, started talking, just being that type of guy. And my coach always wanted me to be that type of guy when I got to my senior year. So I started working towards that and just started helping and being around the guys a lot more and just staying in their head. If they're having a bad game, just being around them and stuff like that.
Got some comments already. Robert Swordson, you deserve that 4-star bump. Zach Bartz, absolutely love the film. Dude is a monster on the field. Bartz watches a lot of film. Like, he knows what he's talking about. Mike H, let's go, Nicholas. We need you, bud.
Yeah, I'm coming.
I want to put some film up here because I definitely want to be able for people watching, be able to see some of what we're talking about with the burst, the explosiveness. We'll get up here. We'll play a couple of these and then just kind of let you talk through it. Let me go to the beginning of this here. All right, so I think the first one is just going to be a pass rush off the edge. One of the things I want to talk about before we even play this clip is how have you evolved as a pass rusher? Because you're not just a speed guy. You set tackles up. You have some moves. Where did that come from? Is that an off-season thing you put work into?
For sure, yeah. Just like all season, a lot of work, just working because knowing I'm a speed guy, I might be 220, but just working against O-linemen that are bigger than me, just working on getting their hands off me and stuff like that, setting up tackles. Another thing is just my coach. He sets up a lot of plays. We have a lot of stunts that we do on our defense. So if he calls a stunt, he pretty much knows what their call. He's just gonna set us up with the best stunt for that play. So usually a lot of my plays that I'm doing a stunt is perfect for that run play or pass play.
All right, let's hit this first one. I think you're gonna be coming off the edge here.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go back here. Talk me through this one. How are you setting this guy up? Do you remember this play?
Yeah, I do remember this play. I'm pretty sure it was like a third down. We were really desperate to get off the field. It was a pretty close game here. So I kind of just knew in my head, I just felt like there was going to be a pass play. So I shot off the edge with everything I had and got to that edge of that offensive lineman and worked on him and got to the quarterback.
Let me ask you this, because a lot of us will never be in this position. This feeling right here where you've beaten the tackle to the outside, you have a clean rush at the quarterback. What is this feeling like in this moment to you?
It feels so good. I mean, it just feels amazing just knowing that you beat that offensive lineman. You're like right there. You just need to make the play, and you make the play, and you feel good about it.
I think this one here, there's a couple plays I really want to highlight. Again, I think it's just that pass rush versatility, right? Your ability, it looks like you dip the shoulder there, get to the outside.
Mm.
And then it's the motor.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the motor a little bit, because that's evident on your film. Like, you never give up on a play. This one's obviously backside, get the strip. Talk to me about what that's like and why you have such a motor.
So, I mean, it's just a mindset thing. Ever since I came into high school, I knew it was going to be hard. So just having that in my head, just knowing that it's going to be hard, I just worked through it. I always was a hard worker. I always finished plays in practice. So practice makes plays on the field. So that's pretty much how it came about.
I want to pass this one because I want to get to the next one. This is one you're just playing. Again, another thing you show on film a lot is, as a defender, you have to be really good as an RPO defender now. And you show the ability to read the play, diagnose, and then accelerate. Does that come from film study for you?
Yes, sir, it does. A lot of film study.
How much do you do a week, do you think? Or like during the season? What is your weekly regimen?
So we get a lot of games. We got a lot of film just as a team, and our coach always gets it out as soon as Monday. So Monday through Friday, I usually have a free class during school. So whenever I do, I'm sitting there just watching film, just watching the people that I'm going to go against, see how the O-linemen are, see if their hands are high or low or anything like that. See like what the offensive plays, their favorite plays that they do, kind of things like that.
I want to put this clip because I think when most people think of Nicolas Clayton, they're just thinking of the edge rusher, but there's a lot of action of you in space, right? Then diagnosing a play, tracking down a quarterback, or even getting into coverage. I'm going to play this play and then talk a little bit about how comfortable you are in space as an athlete.
So yeah, I would definitely say I'm really good in space. This year, last year, if you guys don't know, I played 3-tech. I was the inside lineman, because we had a 4-star defensive end named Kendall Jackson that committed to Texas A&M, and we had another senior on the end. So I kind of just told my coach, I'll play anywhere. I'll play at the tackle. I'll play anywhere I can get some film. So I did that. I played right there. But since this year, I've been playing a lot more in space. We run a lot of spies and stuff like that. So usually when I'm in space, I'm just ready to make a play. I'm just ready to get after the quarterback because that's my job. I'm just watching the quarterback, see if he scrambles or not.
And spacing in here, what is the spot you're still growing? Like, what's the next thing you're grinding on to get better?
I would definitely say coverage because I know I'll be playing coverage when I get to Wisconsin. So just working on playing the zone right and stuff like that. Just early stuff like that.
Have the Badgers staff, what have they talked to you about, like early role? Where do they see you specifically? Have they talked to you about that?
A little bit. Coach Matt Mitchell, he kind of told me a little bit that was gonna be hard. It's gonna be a hard game. He kind of went over the game plan of how the defenses ran, and I really liked how they run it. He pretty much told me like 80% is going to be pass rushing and 20% is going to be just staying in coverage and like the flats, which is pretty nice. So I kind of I have another older brother that plays DB, and he just kind of helped me over the off season, just kind of work on getting the zones or not keeping my eyes in the wrong spot and stuff like that. Just small things. So I'll be ready when I get up there. So it was just
are you the youngest brother, or do you
yeah,
have? What is it like growing up with older brother athletes? Did that help push you? Did that give you someone to kind of look up to?
Yeah, so I have 3 older brothers. It definitely did. It definitely helped a lot. Just watching them grow, watching them get to college. They all play college football. So seeing that, I just wanted to be the best one. So they pushed me to really high standards every day. Anytime in the summer, we would just get out on the field, work something to get better at. So that's what I was doing all the time. Never stopped, just always worked.
That's awesome, man. We're going to take one quick break here for our friends of the show. Come back with Nicolas Clayton, Badgers 2025 4-star commit. Talk about the journey to Wisconsin, why Wisconsin, what helped seal the deal there. That's coming up next on Locked On Badgers. But first, a quick break for our friends of the show over at LinkedIn. And listen, LinkedIn is the perfect sponsor for this because LinkedIn is all about talent acquisition, bringing in the right people. Nicolas Clayton is the right type of guy that you want in the Big Ten, coming off the edge and terrorizing opposing quarterbacks. That's why he's coming to Madison. And LinkedIn helps you find the right people for your business, whether you're looking for the 4-star cable repairman or the 4-star fish aquarium cleaner. If you're running a pet shop, I don't know what it is, but you need the right people no matter what. LinkedIn helps you get those right people. Right now, LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the qualified candidates you want to talk to faster. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/lockedoncollege. That's linkedin.com/lockedoncollege. Post your job for free. Terms and conditions do apply. Remember, they are the ultimate professional marketing network for people, hiring managers. If you're looking for a job, it's all there. Screening tools to get rid of the people who have no business coming in the door. LinkedIn.com/lockedoncollege. Post your job for free. Terms and conditions do apply. Let's jump back into this awesome conversation with Nicolas Clayton. I want to start here, man. The journey to Wisconsin? I'm always fascinated with this. How did they find you? What was the first contact?
So I remember that. I remember the exact day. My mom's car was a little messed up at the time. It wasn't messed up. There was a top window. I forgot what it's called right now. I can't think. But at the top, there's a window, and she wanted to fix something with it, and I forgot what it was. But I remember I was driving on the way back because she had to leave her car there. So we drove two cars up, and I drove the other car, and she was in the car with me. And Coach Matt Mitchell called me, and I was on the phone with him on the way back home, and he was just saying how great of an athlete I was and stuff like that. And then he offered me that same day, and I just kind of knew, and he told me on the phone, we're going to do everything we can. We're going to show you what we like about you and stuff like that. And no other team kind of told me that. So it told me a lot about Wisconsin and how much they really wanted me. And that was one of the main things that really persuaded me to go to Wisconsin, showing how much they wanted me, how much love they showed, and just stuff like that, small things like that.
And before the offer, what did you know about Wisconsin? Was there anything that you're like, because I talked to a lot of people and they're just like, yeah, I didn't really know much about Wisconsin before they offered. Did you have any preconceived notions, or was it all kind of just learning experience?
It was really just a learning experience. I'm not going to lie, just like everybody else. It was really a surprise when I got up there on my official visit. It really was.
Well, I love that, because one of my questions is what was there that surprised you about Madison? When you get up there, what was maybe different than what you were expecting?
When I got up there on my official visit, I remember we drove over to the hotel that we were staying at, and it was really windy that day. But I mean, just seeing the lake, just seeing the area, just seeing the place that I'm gonna live soon. It was really nice. I mean, I liked everything about it. Just seeing the energy with Max, definitely one of the guys I loved a lot when I was on my OV. Just the enthusiasm, just everything, just those small things. When I saw, I just knew this was definitely could be a place where I could stay.
Well, and that's something we hear a lot when we talk to recruits is Max and Pat, and the energy is just a little different.
Yeah.
How are they different from maybe others? Because every school's got a recruiting guy or a recruiting team. What separates maybe Pat and Max in Wisconsin from, because you had a lot of offers. There's a lot of places that are interested. What separates those guys specifically at Wisconsin?
I mean, just their enthusiasm, just seeing how much they love seeing us being around, just showing us around with all the energy. Other teams, I didn't really see too much energy. I mean, I saw that they definitely wanted me, but it was just different about Max and Pat. They were just really excited just to have us on the OV, just showing us around, just showing us what could be ours. Those were definitely things that really shot out to me when I first got there.
What was Camp Randall first impressions?
Oh, it was crazy. Being from Gainesville, Florida, just being in the swamp, seeing Florida's stadium. It was definitely different. But when I got there, it was I Like, it really shot out. It was a shock just seeing that. And then when I went to the game against Penn State, just seeing the fans, like, that shot out to me too. Like, when I'm on this field, like, this is what I'm going to experience. So
listen, that was a great game. I was there in the crowd. There were a couple moments we could have used a sack. Like, are you watching that game and you're like, that could be years, and I could be the guy that makes that play off the edge?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was definitely thinking that. Like, I was thinking that Penn State had a little too much time back there. I was like, dang, somebody needs to get back there. So just thinking that I'm going to be there soon, and I could be that person. Definitely shout out to me.
Well, talk to me about the 25 class. Some of the guys that you're tight with, some of the people that you're talking with. Hey, what does that kind of group feel like? And then who are you communicating the most with out of that?
Yeah, I would definitely say just the entire group is amazing. Like, just when I first got invited and when I first committed, just getting invited to a group chat to talk with the guys, and just they all welcomed me in really off the rip. And one of the guys that I talked to a lot is definitely Mason Posa and Remy. Just talking to those guys, they just showed me like how much love there was with the team, and already just being teammates. So like just seeing that already, just that brotherhood that I always talk about. Like my team in high school right now, we all have a brotherhood, and we just all around each other. So just being around them against, and like in the game, it was just, I could tell that we were gonna have a fun time being around each other and being teammates.
Are you planning on enrolling early?
Yes,
or
I am.
is what kind of challenge is that for you? Because a lot of people like to slow roll their senior year, enjoy it. It's kind of that last. Is that a difficult decision for you?
To be honest, me personally, I don't think so. I just want to jump right into it, see how college is. I know it's gonna be hard, but I definitely think I could get through it. Just knowing that they're gonna build me into a way bigger person than I am now. I just want to start early. I want to get big fast and keep my speed and stuff like that. Just get it quick and be there 3 months early, just to be with the guys and just show me around and stuff like that. I can't wait.
Let me ask you this: because a lot of people will never be in your shoes, being a highly recruited high school athlete. What's the worst part about the recruiting process?
I would say, I know this probably sounds like really selfish, but like, just like getting all the calls over and over, like every week. It's like every week you get a call from like every single coach, and it's like you don't want to say the same thing, or you don't want to say the wrong thing to just like make them not want you anymore, because you want the interest, you want to see what they have and stuff like that. And then at the end, when you have that team, you kind of just have to be selfish. You have to be yourself, and you have to pick one team, and picking that one team that you like, and then telling the other teams that you're not committing there. Just kind of it hurts, but you're happy at the end. So it felt really good when I did.
No, that makes sense. So that's going to be a tremendous time commitment, having to talk to so many people all the time and stay on top of it.
Yeah.
I actually want to ask you that. Kind of leads into the next question. After you make the decision, the Wisconsin decision, are there still schools that like stay in contact, or did that mostly die off?
Most of them died off, I would definitely say. USC has been trying to get at me, but I haven't really said anything. I'm really loyal to Wisconsin. What was the other question?
Yeah, just like when you make that decision, did most of the schools respect it? It sounds like maybe most of them did. And then how difficult is it to just continue to maybe say, no, I'm good? Like, what are those conversations like?
It's definitely not that too difficult. Just saying no, they kind of just like respect my decision. It's not really that hard to me, because I know where I want to be, to the other teams, and they just kind of have to respect my decision.
Last question here on kind of the recruiting process. What was the family like? How did the family think of the brothers, your mom? What did they think of Wisconsin?
They were all shocked as I was. At the end, I just remember about to get on my first flight back home, and we were all just shocked, sitting there like, wow, this definitely could be the place. This is perfect for me. I know it's really far away from home, but it's definitely, I think, a really good place for my future. So they really all respected it. We talked over it, talked about our opinions and stuff like that. And at the end of my recruiting process, we all really loved what my decision was.
Was there any and we get this question a lot with people coming out, or players coming from the South, from Georgia, from Texas. Have you ever seen or played in snow? That's from Lance P.
Yeah, no, I have not. I've not been in snow. I haven't even seen snow ever. So it's gonna be.
Never seen it? Dude, that's incredible. Like, what do you get? Do you have anything you want to do in this now? Like, do you want to ice fish, ski? Anything you're excited to try out?
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to try a lot of things. Like ice fishing. I heard a lot about that. Just a lot of the teammates go out to ice fish, so I'm definitely excited for that.
There's a comment in here from Mike H. He said, Ryan will take you deer hunting. I will not take you deer hunting. I do not deer hunt. Like a lot of people do. Don't let me be your guide on that one. All right, we have one more quick break for our friends of the show. We're going to come back, finish up with Nicolas Clayton. This is an awesome interview. We could be here for an hour, but I got to be respectful of his time. We're going to do a little lightning round. How would he rate himself in EA Sports? Plus, what is his comfort food? That's coming up next on Locked On Badgers. But first, one more quick break for our friends of the show and a quick second to say thank you to everybody tuning in. Today's episode is brought to you by our good friends over at Robinhood. Robinhood, do you know that even if you have a 401k for retirement, you can still have an IRA? Robinhood is the only IRA that gives you a 3% boost on every dollar you contribute when you subscribe to Robinhood Gold. But get this, now through April 30th, Robinhood is even boosting every single dollar you transfer in from other retirement accounts for a 3% match. That's right, no cap on the 3% match. Robinhood Gold gets you the most for your retirement thanks to their IRA 3% match. Offer is good through April 30th. Get started at Robinhood.com/boost. Subscription fees apply. Legal information. Claim is as of quarter 1, 2024, validated by Radius Global Market Research. Investing involves risk, including loss. Limitations apply to IRAs and 401ks. 3% match requires Robinhood Gold for 1 year from the first date of 3% match. Must keep Robinhood IRA for 5 years. The 3% matching on transfer is subject to specific terms and conditions. Robinhood IRA available to U.S. customers in good standing. Robinhood Financial LLC member SIPC is a registered broker-dealer. Today's episode also brought to you by our incredible friends over at FanDuel. This is the time to do it, right? Always do it responsibly, as I say, but spice up your sports weekend. NFL, NBA, college basketball starting, college football still going on. FanDuel.com, an official sportsbook of the Locked On Podcast Network. Right now, $5 bet. If you win, it gets you a guaranteed $150 in bonus bets when you place your first $5 bet. That's over at FanDuel.com. Excellent time to do it, as we always talk about, but always do it responsibly. Parlays, futures, teasers, spreads, it's all over there at FanDuel.com, the official sportsbook of the Locked On Podcast Network. All right, let's jump back into this conversation with Nicolas Clayton. Again, very, very humbled to have Nicolas on. Where can people follow? We have your Twitter right there. Is there anywhere else people can follow your journey?
Yeah, I would say my Instagram. My Instagram's _NC6__.
And we'll put that in the show notes. So I highly encourage everybody to go follow Nicolas, check out what he's doing, cheer on the rest of the year. I want to go here. So ready for a quick kind of lightning round?
Yes, sir.
Okay. EA Sports rankings, speed.
Speed, I would say around 89, 90.
Acceleration.
87.
Yeah. Tackling.
I would say I'm pretty good at tackling, so I would say like a 91, 92.
I think it's fair. Finesse pass rush.
Ooh, that's a good one. I'll stick with 88.
Okay. Last one here, bull rush.
Since I'm kind of smaller, I would say like a 70.
Okay. A couple questions here I want to get to if we didn't get them. We already kind of talked about who you're excited to play with in the 25 class. Here, this one's from Probst. How many sacks you getting on your first year on campus and on your last year on campus?
First year, if I get on the field, I'm gonna shoot for 5 to 6.
What about the last
year? I'm gonna shoot for 13.
I love it. Brian asked you, you've been at a couple game days. What was the best part of the game day experience?
I'll definitely say the jump around. Just seeing everybody jump around that stadium, that was definitely a highlight.
Were you hopping?
Yeah, I was. I definitely was.
Love it. What's your comfort food? Like when you need to eat something feel good?
I'll definitely say my mom's pasta. That's definitely a comfort food for me.
Give me a mentor in your life.
My mom, for sure.
What's so great about your mom? Like, what makes her a mentor? What has she done?
I mean, she's done everything from football. She's been at every single game. She has not missed one from all my brothers that went through college. We're all 4 years apart, so she's been able to make it to all the games. Just hearing that, knowing that she's gonna do that, and she always does, is a big thing for me. Just knowing that there's somebody that's always there to support me and to watch me play the sport I love.
That's incredible. That's awesome. Hidden talent, non-football related. What do you do? Hidden talent.
I can hit a backflip.
What? Like so ridiculously athletic. Like I don't even know what that's like. When you finish up your career at Wisconsin, whether that's 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5, whatever it is, what do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be remembered?
One of the best edge rushers in Wisconsin.
LeBron or Jordan?
I'm gonna say LeBron just because I'm witnessing what's going on with what he's doing.
That's fair. I'm right there with you. What's the worst football game you can remember playing in your life?
Like the worst one, like performance-wise, or just like losing it?
No, the worst one, like individually. You look back and you're like, I can't believe I played that poorly.
I would say the game we played this year, Manatee-wise, we played a team named Manatee. I would say I didn't play up to my standard, and I could have made a lot more plays this year. So I would say that one for sure this year.
Let's flip it. Best game you played, like the game you would circle and say, that's my highlight reel right there.
I'm gonna give you 2 answers for that one. I would say last year against Lakeland in our Final Four when we lost to 1 point. That was probably one of my best games I've ever played. I got offered from USF that same day, so it gave me a lot of motivation because I got my first offer. And then this year against Vero, we were up by a touchdown and we needed a stop just to get them off the field and know we were going to secure the win. And I stripped the quarterback and made him fumble, and we got the ball back and scored again. We were up 38-21.
That's phenomenal. Two more questions, and we're going to let you go, man. Anybody you want to shout out while you're on the pod? Like anybody, obviously you talked about your mom, any other coach or teammate, anybody you want to shout out?
Yeah, I would definitely say my teammate, Evan Walker. I mean, he's an upcoming kid. He plays DN just like me. I call him Twin all the time because me and him are just dominating the edge against these teams lately. So I'll definitely say Evan Walker. So hopefully a couple of these teams shoot out to him and get out to him.
Maybe another guy at Wisconsin. Last question here. Message for Badger fans. What are they getting with Nicolas Clayton coming to Madison?
I mean, they're getting a baller. They're getting a fighter that's not going to stop fighting. He's going to get on the field. He's going to get you guys that third down stop and get defense off the field for sure.
Dude, absolutely love it. He is Nicolas Clayton, 4-star recruit coming out of Gainesville, Florida, headed up to Madison. Really do appreciate the time, man. Everybody go give him a follow. For everybody tuning in, thank you so much for tuning in to Locked On Badgers. Bunch more content coming up this week. When you're done here, go check out Locked On Big Ten. Get all the Big Ten news on their channel. Nicolas, man, thank you so much for jumping on. It's humbling to have you here, brother.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for inviting me. Thank you.
On Wisconsin, and we will talk later.
Yes, sir.